to solve two-step equations with rationals. Rationals means a fraction or a decimal. Rational is any number that can be written as a quotient, a over b, such that a and b are integers. Okay, so you're going to solve two-steppers today. Seems easy enough, but it's the fractions and decimal operations that stink. They take forever. This is a lesson that does not, calculators are not allowed for this lesson. Okay, one lesson out of chapter 7 that they're not allowed. All right, so the first thing you want to do is move what isn't connected to the variable. You already know that. And then you move what is connected. Same strategy. As long as you know, move what's not connected, move what is connected. It's the moving part that stinks. I know that this is review for many of us. I'm just going to go ahead and specify this. This is 7.3. Fractions operations, when you add and subtract, you need a common denominator. I'm just going to write common denom. When you multiply fractions, you need to go top times top over bottom times bottom. Top times top over bottom times bottom. Keeping in mind that you always cross simplify if you can. When you divide, you go first fraction times the reciprocal. So first fraction times the recip. You can't really see my dot there. Let me get a different color. First times recip. So you're going to be dealing with fractions. Got to keep in mind how you handle their operations. Although many of you are pretty fluent with it, it is hard and very abstract to decipher when you need a common denominator, when you need to cross simplify, when you need to go top times top, which one you take the reciprocal of. It's a lot to remember, and it's amazing that our minds can decipher through that so quickly. Decimal operations. When you add and subtract decimals, you line up the decimal. When you multiply decimals, you line up the digits. Now, a lot of kids typically know what to do with the decimal. They get confused if they're lining up the decimal or the digits. So that's why I'm only including line up digits here. And then when you divide, make sure it's a whole number on the outside. So a whole number on outside. Tons of stuff for our brains to keep organized. Okay, first thing, we move what's not connected, so that would be the 1.8. Keeping in mind that we line up the decimals. So I added that placeholder 0. And I get 3.45x equals 5.05. Okay. Now it's time for me to do some messy stuff. No, you can't use a calculator with this. So it's going to be, I know I'm going to divide. So it's going to be 3.45 on the outside, 5.05 on the inside. Move the decimal 2 spots. Move the decimal 2 spots. And I get 345 on the outside, 505 on the inside. Decimal is at the end. Remember, I told you to only go to 3 spots. You only have to go to 3 spots. And you're going to do it. You're going to do it the whole time with this. 345 goes into 505 one time. Oh no. 1,600. And this is what I can multiply decimals all day long. And I think it's because I don't have to guess and check, I just follow steps. It's the division that I don't love because you have to guess and check. So I'm just going to start guessing and checking. Here's my logic. I think, okay, 3 times 3 is 9. So 9, I'm not going to times it by 3. 3 times 4 is 12. 16 is not really that close to 12. 3 times 5 is 15. I'm going to try it. I have a feeling it's not, but it just gets me somewhere. It gets me to some point. 345 times 5. Oh, okay. 5, 2, 22, 15, 16, 17, 25. Darn it. There. I just wasted my time there. Oh well. 345 times 4. Okay, thank you. 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 plus 2 is 18. 12, 13. 1380, yes? Yes, I did it. Okay, yep.
You know you can, if you're going to go one up or one down, you can just
Add the 345 to it. I do know that. I just never utilize it. Okay, so what do we got? 4. And that was 1380. $220. Bring down another 0. 2,200. I need to guess and check some more. So I'm going to go to 6. 345. I don't want it there because I have a feeling I'm going to use more space. 345 times 6 would be 30. 24 plus 3 is 27. 18, 19, 20. 2070 works for me. I think that's about it. I think if I go up one more, I'm going to be at 23 something, right? So 6 times. Remember, I told you you only need to go to 3, so I'm almost done. All I need to know is how many times does it go into this difference. 1,300, do I have anything with 1,300? This 5, right, is 1,252. So I'm going to say the 5. And I'm done. Oh, whew. X equals 1.465. Okay, this next one, I'm going to add 9 over first. Moving what's not connected, adding 9. Seems all fine and dandy, but then I have to remember that when I'm adding opposite signs, I really take their difference. Darn it, right? Darn it. So I should go 9.00 minus 3.44. And I get 5.56. So x over 4.5 equals 5.56. Now I times through by 4.5. And again, this is going to take some math. So times through 5.56 times 4.5. Okay, 30, 25, 28, 25, 27, 24, 22, 22. Let's see if I can read all that. So it's 0, 12, 10, 5, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, x equals. Do you love this?
No.
So much?
Yes, totally.
That's what I like to hear. Let me teach you a trick. And I forgot about this trick until I was helping last hour with reading the directions on your homework assignment. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to make your life way easier. I never included it in the note. It totally slipped my mind. So you need to make a, I wish you could just move these problems down the way I can. We need to make a different heading, okay? And I need you, before we do these next 2 problems, a little bit below it, because you want to make sure to have space, or maybe the back side. Is there anything on the back side?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe on the back side, write getting rid of denominators. I'm gonna say denom because I write too big and I don't have, nope, I can do it. Denominators. Getting rid of denominators. You can, as long as you follow that what you do to one thing, you do to everything. You can get rid of anything or multiply an equation by anything you want. To get rid of a denominator, when you think about it, if I had 3/5, the denominator is 5. That means 3 divided by 5. The opposite of divide would be to multiply. So to get rid of a denominator, you multiply by it. Right, multiply everything by it. And be dramatic with your everything. I'm going to show you an example, and you're going to see how much easier it is. If I had 3x plus 1/4 equals 2. Right away I look at this and think, oh man, this is going to stink. Actually, this one's not too bad because I can easily make a common denominator, but this is much easier. Notice, what's my denominator right now? 4. So I'm going to multiply everything through by 4, everything. You can only use this trick if you do it to everything. Now 4 times 3 is 12x. That cancels out. I'm left with just the top number. 12x plus 1 equals 8. Now I can solve through like a normal two-step equation. Take 1 away. 12x equals 7. X is 7/12. Okay? I'm going to do another one. So again, if I want to get rid of a denominator, I can do that as long as I multiply everything through by it. We're going to make another equation quick. We're going to make 2 fractions on this one. Okay, I want you to have 2/3 plus 5x equals 1/4. Now, a student in my last hour said, can I just multiply through by 12? You could. It's more confusing for me because then I think about that I have to cross simplify. I like to get rid of one at a time. So give me a denominator. I have 2 of them. Jaden? 4. 4. So let me times everything through by 4 real quick. And this is really 4 over 1, so I'm going top times top, okay? This turned into 8/3, 8 over 3, plus 20x. 5 times 4 is 20. Now the 4 is canceled out, and I get 1. I still have a fraction. What's my next denominator? 3. So I can get rid of my 3 by timesing everything through by 3. That cancels out. Now I have 8 plus 60x equals 3, and I can solve through. Now some students like this way better than dealing with fractions because fractions just are not our friends sometimes. They're just so annoying. They are. And they only got a few rules, but man, they really bully kids and adults. Hey, I would love you to go home and have your parents do one of these, or someone from your family, do one of these fraction equations and see if how they handle all this. That'd be funny.
I'll bring up
That'd be funny. Okay, I want you real quick to go through the last 2 here and think, what could you multiply by? Okay, I want you to try to solve it with that trick, and we'll come back together.